What's up, guys? Welcome back to another MCOC Alliance War, and this is war number 2 of Season 7. And moving on with my first path, or Section 1 of my path. Got Iron Man Infinity War on the Unblockable First, which it's not about the Unblockable First. It is all about the, Aggression Fury. So just the fact that you can't punish the L2s, and he does build up Furies, so you see he's up to 4 Furies right there. I didn't attack into his after he finished the second medium that first time, just because I really don't like doing that against him. I mean, I have had some issues with it in Arena where my champion just did not come off the block fast enough and then ended up getting parried. So that's why I didn't do it there. But you know what? I was like, if I don't attack into him after these double mediums, then he's just going to keep building up these Furies, and yeah, I'm just going to end up getting KO'd. See, he did it again there, but he did throw a heavy attack there, which was good. Dropped this L1 here, and I think at this point I don't do any more attacks. Just back off and let the debuffs finish him off. Yeah, so just keep backing up. Furies are building up, so I don't want to get hit. I don't want to let them attack into my block. So up next, I do use 2 health potions, 2 level 4 health potions, but this is where the trouble starts. So I have a rank 5 Stark Spidey that I'm going up against right now, and the plan was to go in here with Void, and once I get agility debuffs on him, then I was going to go ahead and try to start landing L1s, which I have done in Arena in the past, and it worked out. Stark Spidey, he has a 60%, remember that, 60% chance to evade special attacks, 3% chance to evade basic attacks, when he's above 50% health, and then under 50% health, he has a 10% chance. So right now he's got he got 60% minus 30%, which is what is that? Somewhere around it's like 40 something percent. But as you can see, he's still evading those like he's at 100%. And I believe going to mess up right there. So when he evaded, he does that all the time in Arena, and I know to look out for that. But yeah, he evades. If he has his special, he will drop his special right away. And I'm going to mess up here right there. I should have gone in. I had to end right there, but I wanted to back off and throw a special because I had 60% agility reduction on him, you know. So I'm thinking, all right, it's like, what, like a 20% chance that he's going to evade this special, and of course he evaded it. So yeah, I just brought in Blade because he was already almost down. So I think next time if I do fight Stark Spidey, I will just go ahead and use Blade against him, unless it's like on a buffet note. But yeah. So up next we have a Blade, and I just use 4 health potions. Revive my Void, use 4 health potions, and you know, trying to back him up. I typically don't have issues fighting Blade on this node, but I think the last time I fought him I did have issues, and this time as well. And the problems stem from just not being able to bait out specials. So you see he's up to 2 bars of power. Going to go ahead and bait this out. And he throws that. I do like to be a bit closer when he does throw it. That way I can punish the L2. But yeah, it just wasn't close enough. And I believe this is where... Nope, he drops the L1. But you see, I'm getting too far to the left, so this is where mistakes are going to start to be made. You see he did the full combo there, was able to get an end right afterwards. You saw that I tried to get an end between the heavy attacks. Sometimes I'm able to do that, and sometimes I'm not. But yeah, I just chanced it just because I am getting backed up. I'm trying to push him back a little bit. Want to bait out this special. He's not throwing it. Still not throwing it. Just keeps coming in. And see, he throws the L2 or the heavy attack, and he had his L3, so nothing I can do is try to rush in just to get some type of damage, but it didn't happen. So I throw 4 more health potions on. Costly war this one is. Go back in and start off pushing him to the right side of the screen. Get a intercept right there. Starting off a little bit better this time. Drop the L1. He's up to 2 bars of power. And I got to bait out this special, but he throws it right away, so no issues there. And just going to go back at it, build the trying to get to the petrified debuff. So I got that just a little bit too early, trying to punish that heavy attack. Pretty flustered at this point. So yeah, just trying to, you see I'm attacking into his block. I want to get him to the right side of the screen. Don't want to make the same mistake as the last fight where I ended up too far to the left and got cornered. So yeah, attacking into his block, bagging him up, trying to bait out the specials. And I'm about to go into Fear the Void here pretty soon, so I wanted to get it in here, drop the L1. Hope for the petrified debuff, but got that early just from the debuffs that's on timers. So yeah, trying to bait out the special, trying to bait out the L1. You see I threw a light attack there just to hold his block, and then dash back and dash in, just so I could do a few attacks into his block. Trying to, like I said, keep him at 1 bar of power. Don't want to get to 2 bars of power and back into a corner. Did the dexterity, and yeah, Buffet took out the last of his health. So on to the next fight. We got Kingpin here, who I've been facing quite a lot recently, and I really need those Alliance War buffs or boosts to come back around. It's actually, I think it's been over a week since any of them have come around. But yeah, really need those invulnerability boosts to come around so I can stock back up. And the thing is, using Blade against Kingpin on this node, typically Kingpin does pretty good throwing the L1s. It's not until I get him below 50%, probably around like 30% or something like that, where he kind of stops throwing the specials. You're gonna see he throws it there. Don't really have to bait it out too much there. I'm not like using dexterity or anything like that to bait it out. Just tack into his block, tack it to him a couple times, dash back, and yeah, he throws it. But now we're under 50%. Like I said, getting close to 30%, and yeah, now he's not going to throw it like that. And this is the issue that I've had in the past using Stark Spidey. This is why I stopped using Stark Spidey, because I would get into position like this, and yeah, end up messing up or getting his doing dexterities and getting his health back up there. So yeah, I don't know what it is about when I fight Kingpin on this node, but yeah, once get around that 30 to 40%, he stops throwing his specials. He stops throwing that special one. So got him into overpower. Try to get a parry there just because I know he's not going to shrug it off, but I mistimed the parry. Didn't matter. Got an in after that. Dropped the L2, finished it off. Would be nice if I was able to take him down without struggling too hard to bait out that L1. That way I can save my invulnerability boost for fights that I really need it outside of that one. So come in, and when I was initially scouting my path, I was thinking that this was going to be a 6-star Infinity War Iron Man. But once I got here, I was like, you know what? I have seen Sentinel on this node a few times, 6-star Sentinel, and I'm really hoping that it's going to be a Sentinel. So when I started to fight and saw there was Sentinel, I was ecstatic. I was really happy. I'd much rather fight a 6-star Sentinel. I don't even care if it's like a rank 2 6-star Sentinel. I'd much rather fight Sentinel here than Infinity War Iron Man. I'm not worried about building his analysis charges just because I know it's going to build up to 100% either way. It doesn't matter. I'm going to have to bait out these specials, and typically I do 3 dashbacks, at least 3 dashbacks before dashing in. So kind of messed up there. I tried to swipe to come in, but yeah, for whatever reason, they didn't swipe to come in. You saw that there was a little delay after the parry. I was swiping, trying to go in, but he wasn't going. He did end up going before the parry ended, which was good. But yeah, now I'm just going to back off, let these debuffs do the rest of the work, and down goes Sentinel. I actually wasn't sure if I was going to finish my path or not, just because I was down to one item left. But I gave it some time, boosted up, went in, said, you know what, I think I can do it. So come in here, I see that it's Taskmaster, so the plan is to get the Petrified debuffs. As soon as I get the Petrified debuffs, then I want to just start parrying. So I'm just like counting parries, trying to get all of these debuffs applied to him, all these parry debuffs applied to him, just because I know that he can only be apply 10 debuffs total to him before he's completely immune. So once he's completely immune, then I just go in, attacking to him. But I wanted to make sure that I got those Petrified debuffs on him, at least one. I didn't want to go into Fear the Void just because I know once I go into Fear the Void and it ends, then there's going to be no more debuffs applied to him. Unless I got like the Petrify, got really lucky, got the Petrified debuffs early as soon as Fear the Void started, and I didn't do any like parries before that. But I am getting a little bit worried, backed into this corner. I don't want him to drop the L3, but luckily he did throw his special there. So yeah, that was the biggest problem of my plan, and I probably could have just held on to my special because the special 2 wasn't doing a whole lot of damage. I don't have Fear the Void. So I don't have that extra attack power to me. So I probably could have held on to the special. You see, it didn't even crit there. It didn't do much damage. So yeah, I could have held on to it for when I was backed into the corner. And like I am right now, push the fight back towards the middle, and then go back to baiting out the specials. But luckily, I didn't get hit. Was able to take them down. Move on to the final fight of the war for me. Let's say rank 4 Spider-Man. And I go in with Void. I want to take this nice and slow, tap out these attacks unless he's stunned. You see he got the evade there. I got the parry afterwards. He evaded right there. Hit the block fast enough to not get hit by that L1. You see he didn't gain power from the strike back there, and that was because of the fact that I parried him, got the ability accuracy reduction, and so he didn't get the strike back. Not that the strike back would have hurt me. It doesn't really hurt me against Spider-Man just because I rather bait out the L2 than the L1 just because it's a lot easier to evade. It's a lot easier to punish. Tried going in there, but yeah, ended up doing a light attack instead of a medium. So I do have negative 60% agility debuff on him, so that's why I went ahead and threw that L1 there. You see he's still going to evade anyways because it's only minus 60%. I'm not sure how high this Spider-Man was, if he was like maxed out or anything like that, but I think a maxed out rank 5 or maxed out 5-star Spider-Man is like 28% chance to evade. We did end up losing this war, so that puts us at 1-1 on the season. So yeah, good war to these guys. Yeah, we didn't do so good. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.